Report story. Report story. By Uravitea. Summary. Izuku and Ochako share a dance at the UA final year students' celebration party, and other feelings they've held secret for so long. Dot. Wow, Uraraka. You look. Izuku scrambled as he struggled to find the right word to describe just how ethereal she looked. He could have, and maybe should have, gone for that word, but his vocals worked fast against his thoughts and instead he blurted, really? Uraraka. His voice went in and out and he cringed as he verbally let loose the first coherent thought to pop up in his mind. Perhaps it was a ridiculous thing to say, but Izuku felt as if simple terms of endearment wouldn't be enough to describe just how Uraraka she looked. He made a habit out of using her name as a compliment, and to be quite honest, this was genuinely the highest degree of a compliment a person could possibly receive from him, because Izuku viewed Ochako Uraraka as the embodiment of beauty and everything good in this world herself. Ochako giggles, and the sound is light on his ears. Despite the loud music in the stadium, they were currently at UA's third-year student celebration party. Izuku managed to block everything else out and focus on her and only her, which really isn't hard to do now that he thinks about it. You're the cutest person ever, you know that, she says, and she's rewarded with a dusted pink color underneath Izuku's freckled cheeks. But I told you to call me Ochako now, silly. She wraps her fingers around his, save for a pinky. Right. Sorry I mean, Ochako. He chuckles nervously before adding, I just can't believe I'm granted the privilege of saying your first name like this. Ochako smiles, and I can't believe I'm granted the privilege of being able to kiss you anytime I want. She says and she leans in for a kiss. She doesn't have to tippy-toe as much as she normally would, thanks to the heels she's wearing. Izuku returns the kiss happily and can taste the faint hint of strawberry lip balm. Ochako clasps his hand in hers. Shall we? He grips her hand firmly. We shall. They walk through the crowd hand in hand, giving small smiles and greetings to their friends. Izuku gives Shoto a thumbs up when he sees him dancing with Momo, happy his friend finally got around to expressing his real feelings for the girl he's liked for so long. This seems like a good spot to dance, Ochako says as she puts her hands on Izuku's shoulders. Plus, Mina looks pretty busy over there. So I won't have to deal with her teasing. Izuku places his hands firm on her waist, and they start to sway side to side. I'm pretty sure she'd find a way to tease you regardless. She laughs. True. But it's kinda died down since we officially started dating, don't ya think? Yeah, I noticed that too. The boys stopped teasing me so often too. He looks over and spots his friends chatting it up, namely Denki, Kyoka, Honta, and Mina. Mina currently has her arms wrapped Denki and Kyoka, and Izuku swears he can hear the kissy noises emitting from her mouth over the blasting music. Seems like she found a new target, though. Ochako turns to the direction Izuku's looking at. I'm not surprised, Jiro's been on her radar for a while now. Izuku chuckles. Can't deny she seems to always gets what she wants though, huh? True that one. I swear, if she were a mythical being, she'd definitely be Cupid. The mental image of Mina taking on the role and outfit of Cupid made Izuku laugh, and Ochako soon joined him in laughter before the sounds of joy subsided. Promoted stories. You'll also like The Hero's Return MHAXJJK, ongoing 116K 1.7K and Quad, Izuku. Midoriya, after being betrayed and killed, vanishes leaving hurt people behind. After 2 months and a hack, he come back, changed. How will the class re? Free. Oni Shots 150K3K. This is a collections of free X readers. Requests on this are now closed. Feelings. Izawa. X reader 57.3K 1.3K RE posting. This until I edit it, sorry if it's not good. It's my first time writing a story. You enroll at UA and you have multiple quirks you are really good at using. Why? Convicted Hearts 4090 like my other story but ILI longer. Her prince from the underworld, half demon is. 0.26.2K 462. It's basically the same story as my succubus Momo X Deku story. I know. Real original, but hey, now you guys get a Deku from the other side of the tracks. Tracks. Return of Mokuden discontinued. 3.5K 45. This story is officially up for adoption. If anyone is interested, message me or comment on the story. Mirko X Shy Male Reader 175K 1.1 Key. Don't own MHA. I hope you enjoy the story I made. You're amazing, Deku. Ochako says suddenly, and Izuku's eyes widen in response. What was that for? He's blushing now, a phenomenon that occurs quite frequently whenever his beloved Ochako gets to complimenting him. What? She giggles. Can I not tell my amazing boyfriend that he's amazing? Boyfriend. Gosh, Izuku almost couldn't believe it. They'd been dating for what would be 2 years by the end of the year. He confessed to her on her birthday, and it wasn't on purpose, but that's a story for another day. Yet every time Izuku was reminded of his relationship status with Ochako, he'd feel dumbfounded. Like he couldn't believe that Ochako Uraraka, that kind, beautiful girl with a smile bright enough to outshine every star in the galaxy, liked him the same way he liked her. But if Izuku were to be honest, he's grown tired of describing his feelings for Ochako as someone he simply liked. Because it wasn't that simple. The question of whether Izuku liked Ochako or not was thrown out of the window the moment she stood up for him that day on the Ua rooftop. The honesty in her voice, the pleading in her eyes, the genuine tears that fell from her face as she yelled into that megaphone begging people to see Izuku for who he is. A teenage boy trying his best. A human being with just as much emotions, feelings, and bravery as everyone else. Quirk or not, a reminder he needed when he was just a boy with the impossible dream of manifesting his own quirk. That day, Ochako reminded Izuku of something so important he'd forgotten along the way. He was so caught up in trying to be the perfect hero for everyone, so caught up in shouldering the burdens and responsibilities of one for all, so caught up in dehumanizing himself all for the sake of what he believed true heroism was, that he'd forgotten that in order to save other people, he would have to look after himself as well. That day, Izuku fell to his knees, tears blurring his vision, and he held the place in which his heart lied, hoping, praying he could keep it from flying straight out of his chest and into the welcoming arms of Ochako Uraraka. That day, Izuku realized that he truly, wholeheartedly, loved Ochako Uraraka. And he planned on telling her exactly that. Tonight. Of course, there weren't enough words in every language combined to actually encapsulate just how much he felt for this girl. But if Izuku could let Ochako know that everything he did for her was out of pure love, then maybe the rest of his years he'd spend loving her could make up for it. Izuku laughs. You can. But then we'll end up arguing over who gets the last compliment. Luckily for you, that's my favorite pastime, she says, and she gives him a wink, and she wasn't lying, to be honest. He kisses her cheek. Actually, I have something for you. Ochako perks up in curiosity. Ooh, what mystery item does Mr. Deku have for me? He doesn't know why. Mr. Deku made him blush exactly, but he just supposed Ochako had that kind of effect on him. He digs in his pocket, reaching for the small jewelry box, careful not to damage it in the process, and Ochako watches attentively. Close your eyes, nosy. Izuku smiles before he pulls the small box out completely, and Ochako pouts in response. She closes her eyes as she impatiently waits for Izuku to reveal what this mystery item was. The jewelry box opens with a small pop, and Izuku carefully takes the item out. It was a silver necklace with the shape of Saturn hanging on the bottom of it. Izuku knew how much Ochako loved anything space-related, and the moment he saw it in the jewelry store he knew it'd be perfect for her. Inko insisted her son that she could pay for it. She was rather begging, but that's just because she adores their relationship so much. But Izuku assured his mom that it was fine and it'd be more special if it came from his pocket. Okay, turn around. Ochako complies and Izuku becomes nervous. He doesn't know why, but his hands started to sweat and his fingers were shaky as he wrapped the necklace around her neck and clasped the back that held it all together. You can open your eyes now. Ochako's eyes open and she turns back to see him, before looking down and holding the tiny Saturn in her fingers. Oh my gosh, Izuku. This is beautiful. Her head swings back up to look at him, and she wraps her arms around his neck and pulls him into a hug. Izuku places his hands on her back and begins drawing circles. Izuku laughs, relieved at the sight of her reaction. I'm really glad you like it, Ochako. She kisses his cheek and draws her head back so she can look at him, like it. I love it. It's so pretty. Her fingers begin to fiddle with the tiny Saturn again. I'm a little afraid to ask how much it costs though. Good thing I'm not telling you the price then, huh? Please. It'll help me sleep at night. Absolutely not. You say that, but if I actually told you the price you'd wanna return it. Ya do know you didn't make this situation any better, right? Maybe not. He kisses her button nose, but you'll just have to stay in the dark, I guess. You're no fair. He kisses her again, her forehead instead this time. One day you'll realize just how unfair you are to yourself. Ochako giggles, giving up, knowing she can't win the argument, and silence falls over them, as silent as a room can be with music echoing throughout the stadium. Hey Ochako. Yes, Izuku. Can I tell you something? He asks, and Ochako notices how quick blood is rushing to his face. Anything. There's a moment of silence. Izuku fixes himself before he continues, knowing if he finished that sentence it'd be a splurge of incoherent words. I love you, Ochako Uraraka. Ochako's mouth widens, something to that of an O shape, and the usual pink on her cheeks grows larger, threatening to spread across her entire face. Deku, I. She stutters, her mouth opening and closing. She's not exactly struggling to find the right words to say. Rather, she can't believe Izuku got around to telling her the three special words first. I can't believe I let you tell me that before I told you. Ochako blurts, and the look on Izuku's face is something of confusion and amusement at the same time. He begins to laugh, seriously. Yes, seriously, I had the whole thing planned out. I can't believe you got around to it before me. He laughs again, louder this time, his laughter morphing into something nearly uncontrollable. You're so amazing. Ochako giggles, and you're a complete romantic. You are too. Things calm down as Izuku and Ochako share smiles. I love you too, Yadork. Izuku stops himself from getting too emotional, and he embraces Ochako in a tight hug. His voice is a whisper when he says, I hope I can stay with you forever. That sounded like a marriage proposal. Ochako can feel Izuku tense up. I am so sorry. Gee, that's not what I meant. Just meant. I meant to. I mean. Gee, that. Ochako's laugh cuts him off. You're so easy to tease. Oh, ha, ha, right. Maybe. Soon after they've graduated and settled down comfortably in their careers, he could make that marriage proposal a reality. Where stories live. Discover now.